Welcome back to American Restored. Flying today often means long lines at the airport, cramped seats inside the cabin, and rush service once you're finally on board. For most of us, air travel feels more like a necessary inconvenience than an exciting adventure. But it wasn't always this way. From the 1940s through the 1970s, stepping onto an airplane was like stepping into a luxury hotel in the sky. This was the golden age of flying, an era when air travel was glamorous, stylish, and filled with a sense of wonder. Every flight was more than just a way to reach your destination. It was an event in itself. Passengers were treated like royalty, service was personalized, and the atmosphere was one of sophistication and adventure. In today's video, we'll explore 15 air travel features from the golden age of flying. These are the details and experiences that once made flying magical, unforgettable, and larger than life, but which have since disappeared into history. So, fasten your seatbelts, relax, and let's take off into the past. 1. Spacious cabins. Airplane cabins weren't designed to squeeze in as many passengers as possible. They were designed for comfort, elegance, and space. Rows were wide apart, giving people enough room to stretch out. Even economy class felt like today's business class. Passengers could walk the aisles without brushing against other seats, and it wasn't uncommon to see people standing, chatting, or even gathering in small groups mid-flight. Flying felt relaxed, like being in a lounge that just happened to be moving through the sky. 2. Gourmet dining. Meals in the golden age were an event. Flight attendants served food on fine china with silver cutlery, often starting with appetizers, followed by main courses like steak, lobster, or roast chicken, and finishing with desserts and coffee. Champagne and cocktails flowed freely. Even passengers in economy received multi-course meals that would rival restaurants on the ground. Eating at 30,000 feet wasn't just about filling your stomach. It was part of the luxury experience. 3. Elegant flight attendants. Flight attendants were the face of an airline, and airlines invested heavily in their image. Uniforms were often designed by top fashion houses, with stylish cuts, bold colors, and perfectly tailored looks. These uniforms changed with the seasons, sometimes reflecting the culture of the destinations. Flight attendants embodied sophistication and professionalism, while also offering warm, attentive service that made passengers feel at home. 4. Social lounges on board. In some aircraft, the middle of the plane transformed into a lounge. There were sofas, cocktail bars, and sometimes even pianos. Passengers could leave their seats, sip cocktails, and socialize with other travelers. Imagine chatting with strangers while music played softly, all while flying over the Atlantic Ocean. The atmosphere was closer to an exclusive club than a mode of transportation. 5. Minimal security hassles. Before the 1980s, airports were far more relaxed. Families could walk right up to the gate with their loved ones, and travelers often arrived just minutes before departure. There were no long security lines, no removing shoes, and no scanning machines. The entire process was smooth and stress-free, making air travel feel like a privilege rather than a hassle. 6. First-class service for everyone. Even if you bought the cheapest ticket, you were still treated with dignity and class. Airlines prided themselves on offering luxury for all passengers, not just those in first class. Comfortable seating, full-course meals, and personalized service made everyone feel special. The idea that only premium-paying passengers deserved good treatment simply didn't exist. 7. Entertainment beyond screens. Without seatback screens or Wi-Fi, airlines relied on creativity. Passengers were encouraged to socialize, play cards, read books, and enjoy the company of others. Some long-haul flights had live music, fashion shows, or even magicians. Flying wasn't about zoning out to a movie. It was about engaging with the moment and making memories in the air. 8. Generous legroom. Seats weren't just wider. They offered far more legroom. Passengers could cross their legs, recline deeply, and even sleep comfortably without bothering the person behind them. Comfort wasn't considered a luxury upgrade. It was the standard expectation. Today's economy passengers would be shocked at just how much space travelers once enjoyed. 9. Cockpit visits. For children especially, visiting the cockpit was often the highlight of the trip. Pilots welcomed passengers to step inside, see the controls, and even snap a picture in the captain's chair. It gave people a sense of wonder and confidence, turning flying into an adventure. Sadly, today's strict security measures make this impossible, but for many who experienced it, those moments remain unforgettable. 10. Onboard bars and cocktail service. On longer flights, bartenders mix martinis, champagne cocktails, and fine whiskeys right in the cabin. Passengers gathered around the bar, clinking glasses and enjoying conversations with strangers who quickly became friends. Air travel felt like an exclusive social event at 30,000 feet, complete with luxury drinks and lively chatter. 11. Exotic stopovers. Flights didn't always go directly from one city to another. Many international journeys included glamorous layovers, like a night in Paris, a few hours in Rome, or a short stay in Cairo. Instead of being seen as an inconvenience, these stopovers were part of the adventure, allowing passengers to explore multiple destinations in a single trip. 12. Personalized hospitality. Flight attendants remembered passenger names, favorite drinks, and small details that made people feel cared for. Service was warm and personal. Travelers weren't treated as ticket numbers or seat assignments. They were honored guests. This human touch created an atmosphere of genuine hospitality that's often missing today. 13. Dressing up to fly. In the golden age, passengers treated flying like attending a glamorous event. Men wore tailored suits, polished shoes, and ties, while women dressed in elegant dresses, hats, and jewelry. It wasn't just about comfort. It was about respect for the occasion. Flying was rare and expensive, and people wanted to look their best for the journey. 14. Sky-high luxury for the elite. Flying was luxurious, but it wasn't cheap. Tickets were costly, often equal to a month's salary. That meant the skies were filled mostly with wealthy business travelers, celebrities, and the elite. For those who could afford it, flying was unforgettable. World-class meals, unmatched service, and the prestige of being among a privileged few. 15. The romance of flying. Above all, air travel during this era carried a sense of romance. Passengers felt the thrill of stepping onto a plane, knowing they were part of something extraordinary. Flying wasn't just about the destination, it was about the journey itself. That magic, that sense of wonder, made every trip unforgettable, and it's why people still look back on the golden age of flying with nostalgia. Final thoughts. And there you have it, 15 air travel features from the golden age of flying. From gourmet dining and onboard cocktail bars to spacious cabins and glamorous lounges, flying was once more than just transportation. It was an experience to be remembered for a lifetime. Today's flights may be faster, more affordable, and open to millions more travelers, but the romance, elegance, and charm of that golden era have faded into history. Which one of these features would you love to see make a comeback? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this nostalgic journey, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to American Restored, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our next trip back in time. Thanks for watching.